Good afternoon, Facebook. We are live on Facebook for our Facebook Live Q&A series. If you were on our previous live, just consider that batting practice since we're talking about Hickory Crawdads, baseball today, tech issues. You just have to roll on through. So thank you for hopping back on and joining us for this Facebook Live Q&A interview. If we haven't had a chance to meet before, I'm Lindsay Kiesler, President and CEO of the Chamber of Catawba County. This is the Working for Business series. Why? Because that's our tagline, working for business. That's in the forefront of everything that we do. It's such an honor and a privilege to serve in this role. And our whole team thanks you for your investment and your partnership and support to enable us to deepen and broaden our impact for business across our community. So again, welcome. If you've stopped your scroll, maybe you're working away and you have this going in the background, thank you for hopping in and for being interested in listening in for us to be able to put business leaders who represent businesses and organizations across our community in the spotlight. These are individuals that create either products or services, or in this case, they add to the vibrancy of our community and truly create that personality and culture that we all love, that we all love about this, being a part of this community. So again, welcome and thank you. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Hickory Real Estate Group. Hickory Real Estate Group has underwritten this program in order for us to continue to bring forth these interviews as our sponsor. And I want to say a special thank you to the whole team, but we have a treat because we have Jennifer Elkins. She's one of their real estate agents that's on live with us. So I'd love to introduce her and allow her to say a couple words. So Jennifer, welcome and thank you. Just make sure that you're on mute. It's okay. There you are.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm excited to sponsor it again, be on here. Hickory Real Estate Group, they're a locally owned business, family run. We have over 30 agents now. So the market right now is crazy housing market. So if you have ever thought about selling a home, now is the time to take advantage of this market. It's crazy. But if you know anyone looking to buy or sell, consider contacting Hickory Real Estate Group. We have a bunch of realtors that would be happy to help you. And thanks again, Lindsay.
Thanks again, Jennifer. I really appreciate your support and also the support of the whole team at Hickory Real Estate Group for being our presenting sponsor and just always engaging in our community and figuring out how that you can partner to help expand messages like this. So thank you so much again. So if you're watching, thank you. If you just hopped on, welcome. If you're catching the replay, thanks for stopping in or thanks for clicking play. This is our Facebook Live Q&A series. I have a special guest. I already kind of let the cat out of the bag, especially if you saw batting practice earlier, our first round. And you might see this logo in the corner of my screen. I am honored and privileged to be joined by Douglas LoCascio today. He's the general manager for Hickory Crawdads. But first, I want to encourage you to share this video. Will you share? Will you share this video so that more people can hear from Douglas? Also, something fun is you can start a watch party. Click start a watch party, and you can actually see which of your friends from your Facebook list are watching the video with you. If you like what you hear, whether you can hear us loud and clear or you just want to show us some love, give us some likes, some hearts, some wow faces throughout the interview. That would be much appreciated. And finally, it is live. So if you have a question, you're going to have Douglas LoCascio for the next, say 20 minutes or so. You can ask him a question. So plop that into the comments and I will weave it into our conversation. Also, if you just want to react by dropping a comment, maybe you want to drop a couple emojis in the comments, thank you in advance because that helps more people to know or to hear, to come across this video. So thank you for your engagement. All right, without further ado, allow me to officially welcome Douglas Lacassia, General Manager of the Hickory Crawdads.
Thanks, Lindsay. It's an honor and privilege to be here today and looking forward to this talk and time to catch up.
Thank you again. All right, hopefully, if you're watching this interview, you've been out to LP France Stadium. I hope you have. If you have, drop a comment in to the comment box. What was your experience like? I'll tell you one thing. As a mother of two boys, young boys, it is one of our favorite things to do. Favorite nights out is to go out to the ball game under the lights outside, especially when we have beautiful weather. Grab a ballpark dog, maybe a beer or two, and enjoy some Crawdads baseball. Also, especially now, since we haven't had baseball in so long, it's going to be nice to be able to see people in person. But if you've never been out, I encourage you to go out to the ballpark. We're going to get a little bit more into that here in just a minute, but just a little bit about Douglas. Douglas is the general manager for the Hickory Crawdads. He's a native of Largo, Florida, graduated from Campbell University in Buies Creek, North Carolina, December 2009, with a degree in sports management and a minor in business administration. He's a 4-year letter winner on the Fighting Camels wrestling team. So he's a collegiate athlete. He's entering into his 12th season with the Hickory Crawdads. He previously worked for the Wilmington Sharks as well as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Outside of work, he enjoys spending time with his wife, Lydia, his son, Grayson, his daughter, Sophia. He's been an active member of our community throughout his time living in Hickory. He's been a member, or he was a member of the 2014 graduating class of Leadership Catawba. He serves on the board for the Hickory Sports Commissions, a member of the Hickory Young Professionals, serves on the board for Catawba County Partnership for Children. He received the Hickory Young Professionals Top 10 Under 40 Award in 2016 and is an active Rotarian, a member of the Lake Hickory Rotary Club. Douglas, you and your team are something else. I want to say thank you on behalf of our entire community for your leadership, and certainly has really shown, especially through this pandemic, but even before then, and also your team. The people you surround yourself with are quite impressive. They represent not only the brand and the organization well, but certainly are active and engaged across our entire community. So again, thank you for letting me put you in the spotlight today.
Absolutely. And to echo what you said, I have the privilege of being a part of them, but fortunate to have one of the best, if not the best, in all of minor league or professional sports as a staff here. Their hard work and dedication the past year and a half has been, words can't describe my appreciation to them. So you're only as strong as your weakest link, and we don't have a single weak link on our staff. And so very fortunate to be surrounded with amazing leaders on our team.
Awesome. All right. So if you followed our Facebook Live Q&A series over the last year, we like to have a little fun at the beginning. So we like to warm up a little bit, get to know Douglas a little bit better, maybe ask him some interesting questions, to say the least. So we're going to do a rapid fire Q&A, get to know Douglas in, say, 5 minutes or less. Douglas, you ready for this?
I'm ready. You got me on the hot seat. I'm ready.
All right. On the hot seat. So you work in sports, but do you like sports?
Love sports. Always have. Grown up around it my entire life. Was not good at it besides, a few select sports, with wrestling and track being kind of my standout ones, but just have a passion and love for it. Absolutely.
So what are your favorite sports teams?
Crustacean Nation #1, Hickory Crawdads. Definitely, college would say Florida Gators. You're either a Gator or you're Gator bait. And then professional would say your Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. Okay. Favorite thing about working in baseball or sports in general?
It's the atmosphere, hands down. Just the fact that we get to be a part of a community, we get to be a resource and an outlet for so many people. Someone can have the worst day at work and they bring their family or just come out here to the ballpark by themselves and enjoy a hot dog, a Pepsi, a beer, whatever, and all their troubles just go away. We call it a 9-inning escape, and so it just lets people get away and enjoy themselves. And so fittingly that we open this week and lets people after a long time get back out here to the ballpark and just enjoy themselves again.
So say you're on the team, you're walking up to the plate. What would be your walk-up song?
The Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, #1, absolutely.
Nice. All right. Do you have a secret or a hidden talent?
I consider it a secret talent just because it's kind of gone far away these days. Not many people know how to do this, but I can drive a manual stick shift.
Awesome. Hey, me too. 16 years old, my first car, 2-door Honda Civic. Had that on lock. Okay. What's your nickname? Do you have a nickname?
Some I can probably not repeat. People probably call me here in the office when they're mad or upset. But growing up, it was always my older brother's name. It starts with a D, so I was always Little D. But now, college, it was Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh. I'm gonna keep calling you that. All right.
There
What's
you
your
go.
biggest pet peeve? Spill it.
Probably having to repeat myself after someone clearly heard what you said. So you ask a question or you say something and then someone says, "Oh, wait, what did you say?" But then before you can finish it, they already answer you, so they know what you said. It's just super frustrating.
Wait, what? What'd you
Come on now, Lindsay.
All right. What's something on your bucket list?
Backpack through Europe, definitely.
Oh, so do you think Lydia would do that with you?
I think she would, absolutely. Yeah, we've talked about it before. We love it.
Nice. All right. So what is one of your personal mottos?
So 2 quotes that sort of have always lived by, but it really stands out now. One being, goals not written down are just wishes. And #2 from Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And I know just in following you guys over the last year plus, those mottos have come in handy. I know, I'm sure we all had goals written down that we kind of had to scrap and rewrite, but then certainly taking risk was something you guys did. And I hope that we can get into a little bit of that. All right, finally, kind of a strange question, but if you were a color in a crayon box, what would you be?
I would be burnt orange. It goes back to high school. So my high school colors, we were the Warriors. We were orange and blue. And then my college was Campbell, and we were the Camels, so we were orange and black. So obviously now Crustacean Nation, it's red, black, and crawdad blue all the way. But burnt orange would be my color.
Your blood is burnt orange. Interesting. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I welcome and thank you so much for stopping in and watching. Yeah, go ahead.
Interrupt, but before we jump in, put you on the hot seat, throw you a little curveball. I'm going to ask you a question. We do this in all of our interviews, so hope you're ready.
Okay, I guess.
Little baseball question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why?
A hot dog is a hot dog, right? So you can't really replace a hot dog. It's, for me, I'm always getting a hot dog when I go out to the ballpark, especially. Even though it's on bread, I get it. I get the correlation there. It's a hot dog, not a sandwich.
All right. We'll go with that. That's
okay.
We get 50-50 either way. So you're not right, you're not wrong. But everyone has their personal opinion. So we'll go with I would say the same thing. A hot dog's a hot dog. Got to get your ballpark crank.
You got to get a ballpark dog. All right. That was fun. Thanks for that curveball. Well, again, if you're coming on here, we already have a question that came through. So thank you for engaging with our feed. Go ahead and share the video if you will. Start a watch party. Definitely give us some hearts and likes, or even wow faces. If you like what you hear, or if you love the crawdads, show your home team pride by dropping in a comment in the comment box as we go on. So again, I'm joined by Douglas Lacasio. He's the general manager of Hickory Crawdads. Earlier, we heard from Jennifer Elkins. She is the realtor with Hickory Real Estate Group. I want to thank them for their presenting sponsorship. And you're watching the Working for Business series. It gives me an opportunity to bring a community leader, a business leader into the spotlight and talk a little bit about what they do and the value that they bring to our community. So we all know the Hickory Crawdads brings a lot of value to our community and a lot of joy for all of us that have a chance to make it out to the ballpark for a game. And speaking of, this is, if you didn't know, this is the first homestand. So this is the opening homestand week for the 2021 minor league baseball season. Minor league baseball is back in person in the Hickory Metro, and we're so happy about that. It's been a long time, right, Douglas?
Absolutely. 609 days to be exact.
Oh my goodness, 609 days. That felt like a long time. Your team has reinvented and shown innovation and resilience and just grit during the last year plus that you've been in waiting for an official season. So I do want to go back just a little bit, but I really want to focus most of our time on the year ahead because we're just so excited that baseball is back. But talk a little bit about how you guys, what did you do when you reacted to the pandemic? What are some things that you guys brought about? And then maybe how did it change your perspective of how you can utilize your space and, going forward?
Sure. So, you go back March 12th of 2020, not that date's etched in my memory or anything, but we got the official word that we were going to be without baseball for the month of April, that we were shutting down for the pandemic and everything. So at that point, we're like, okay, hey, you know what? This is not bad. Let's gives us a little more time to prepare. Let's regroup. Let's fine tune a lot of that stuff. But then March was getting, and then April got here and it got pushed back to Memorial Day. And so we're like, okay, that'd be awesome. Baseball, Memorial Day, it goes hand in hand. Beginning of May gets there and it's like, all right, actually it's going to be June. And then it was just a trickle effect. And so we just started and we realized quickly that the season was going to be in pretty big jeopardy. And so we're like, you know what? Without losing, we didn't have any true revenue come in since September of 2019. So at that point, we're like, hey, okay, so how can we get things? We've got this beautiful facility. We've got an outdoor space. How do we pivot? So we started reaching out to different showcase tournaments, different affiliations, and saying, hey, do you want to play baseball here? Because that's what we were known for. But then, so we got some of those booked, but then we started thinking, we're like, you know what? We can be so much more than just baseball. And so we had a staff meeting in May and I challenged our staff and I said, hey, no idea is a bad idea. Let's throw anything out there. We're going to take chances. Let's see what happened. So we tried different things. Some had great success, some failed, but we learned from it. We did anything from a drive-through high school graduation to a parking lot fundraiser fireworks show with the Science Center, to a fireworks show celebrating our local graduates as part with the city of Hickory. And then those were some of the great successes. Other things that we tried, not so much. We had different events like drag car shows, different things, and it didn't do well. It might have been weather, it might have been certain time of year, it just didn't do good, but we're going to retry them again. Our biggest success was we started a kickball league, an adult kickball league that Lindsay and a group took part in. So we kicked around this idea and we're like, you know what? We'll get probably 4 teams, but it'll be worth it, something fun. Within 12 hours, we sold out of the entire day. So that was 12 teams. We added a second day, and within the next 24 hours, we sold out of that 12 teams. So we had 24 teams playing kickball out here on the beautiful LP France Stadium fields for 5 weeks. It was an amazing experience. And now that's going to be an annual event. So we're going to build that stuff in. And so then you talk about how it made us reimagine what we are. And so before we were always just hey, we're going to play baseball 60 nights out of the year and that's it. And then, so, you go April, May through September, and then we pack up shop and we get ready for the next year. So we looked at it and we're like, you know what? We can be an event venue. So our goal this year is to host 150 events. So you've got your 60 crawdad baseball games. And so now we got to come up with 90 other events and how we can do that. We can't do baseball all the time because otherwise the wear and tear on the field and repair. But kickball, comedy has been a great success. We've had 5 comedy shows out here and they get better and better every time. We just had a sellout comedy night out here 2-3 weeks ago. And those things are great because there's no wear and tear on the field, but they can use the outdoor space. So it created us to pivot, and now we have a special event department, and it's something that's going to even grow further. We've got a huge standalone concert coming. We're celebrating the city of Hickory's 150th. The Re-150 is what it's, I believe, getting called. And we're going to have a huge celebration here in partnership with the city and the Salt Block. We're hosting it on Saturday, June the 5th. So put it on your calendars. It's a free community event. There's a fireworks show after it. So those sort of things that just taught us so much that we can be more than just baseball.
So Douglas, they can find your schedule online, but these other events, what's the best way for someone to know what's coming up at LP France?
The other event, the best way, we post on our social media accounts and just update them very frequently once we do some of those outside events. And then the CVB is a great resource as well, as we post on their calendar of events. So anytime we really have anything, it's either on our website, the social media outlets, or the CVB website.
Yeah, and that's for those of you that don't know, it is a great resource to know what's going on in this community. It's visit hickorymetro.com. So baseball is back, and as a baseball fan and an avid that just love the Hickory Crawdads and Crustacean Nation, I'm excited. But what makes you and your team excited about coming back and there's life again at the ballpark?
People joke. So yesterday, it was, as I said earlier, 609 days from September 10th of 2019 to May 11th of 2021 between crawdad baseball games. And, people are like, oh, well, you had 600 days to prepare. Yes, and it took our breath away. We knew it was a sellout COVID capacity. Obviously, we'll talk about it. There's some restrictions in place. That way we can play baseball, but a COVID capacity sellout crowd. We sold out a day in advance of the actual game. So this community, people are dying for things to do, but we can be that outsource, that outlet and resource. And we're just excited to be that. But the staff is most excited for that. They're excited to have the fans back. The players are excited to have the fans back because the players have been playing in empty fields or not at all for the same amount of time. So I'm just excited that we can be that outlet for fans to escape. We know how much we're appreciated, but it's just, it brought tears to our eyes seeing people come through. And when we called the players to the line and that first pitch happened and reality fully set in that, hey, baseball's back. We pulled tarp last night, and most of the time, if you say tarp, it's a dreaded word, but people just have a different appreciation now from our staff, and we're excited. Again, just it's awesome feeling knowing that baseball is back.
Yes, and we're all excited baseball is back. Also, there are some new things at the ballpark, right? The last 600 plus days, you guys have done some upgrading. What are some of those things?
Yeah, so we in partnership with the city of Hickory, the city did a lot of great improvement. Some fan centric, some player centric. The city invested in. Back in the fall of 2019, going into 2020, we completely gutted and tore down and rebuilt our, not wall to wall, but the insides of our home and visiting clubhouse. So all of our players got to experience that for the first time. but the fan side, our suites got fully new floor put in. So just the corporate experience is a little better and different, something. It's just a refresh from there. We got a new playground put in. The other one was kind of falling apart on us, and so we the city put a brand new playground in here at the park. We unveiled an alternate logo. Obviously, we go by Hickory Crawdads and Llamas Day Hickory, but we rolled out the couch potatoes, and so a couch potato was a true sign of the heritage of Hickory. So we pushed it together, both agriculture and then the furniture side. So we built that in and just really built that up and had a good time with that. So a few of the new things to come that were in place, ready to go for 2020, but we just continue to roll them out this year.
Awesome. That's wonderful. All right. So you talked about COVID restrictions. Of course, we want to, I know you guys feel the same way. We want to make sure that we're being mindful of the health and well-being of those that want to come out and enjoy some things. So talk about, you guys put out a really amazing video as well that described how the experience would have to be a little bit different, at least while the CDC or the Department of Health and Human Services recommend these things. So what are some of the things and changes that you guys have had to make?
Yeah, so the video you talk about, it's on our social media. It's called Know Before You Go. And so it's a lot of plug on some of this. Some of this is because of CDC guidelines, and others is from Major League Baseball. So Major League Baseball put out a set of rules that said if you are to have our players and welcome fans back, you need to follow these strict guidelines. So some of the Major League imposed rules is that masks are required at our ballpark. Unless you're actively eating or drinking. So if you're in your seat and watching the game and don't have a Pepsi or an adult beverage or a hot, you got to have your mask on. So you got to have that coming in the gates and while you're here walking around the stadium. Again, that's the safety of those around you, for our staff, for the fans, for the players. We had to create a few buffer zones. So there's no autographs this year, which that one kind of hurts the most because I totally get it. They don't need that contact from person to player. And so I get it. It just hurts the most because of the kids. The joy that a kid gets, a lot of these players at our level, probably 10 to 15 guys at our level on our team will make it to the big leagues one day. So on a 30-man roster, you're talking 30%. So but to the kids, they don't know who these guys are. I mean, they do, but they don't. So they don't know if they're big time, but they got an autograph from a professional baseball player in their mind.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of for this year getting taken away, unfortunately. And then no bag policy, just to help with the contact list. That way we don't have to search your bag and stuff like that. We are going to a no bag policy this year. So anything, purses from that are the size of your hand or below is fine. Understand, people carry, money, cards, those sort of things, phones. So, diaper bags are okay with an accompanying infant or child, or if you have a medical reason where you got to bring something medical in with you. So no bag policy. From that, we're going to have sanitizing stations all throughout the concourse. We're going to have socially distant signs. As things open up, right now, we are in, our capacity is right around 1,300 fixed seats, 500 group areas. So we'll be about right around 1,800 people, which is about 30% of our normal capacity from a sellout crowd type. But hopeful, obviously, if everything continues on, and that part can be governor order. So everything's by your local and state government. So if Governor Cooper, as we progress, if things open up, then we can open up attendance wise. The mask will not be going anywhere this season just because that is an MLB mandate. So mask will be required all year and the bag policy will be all year.
Okay. Well, I want to go ahead and incorporate the question from Facebook. So minor league restructured during the off season. So talk a little bit about that. What does that mean for the Crawdads?
Yeah, so going into this season, the 20 to 21 year, there was previously minor league baseball and Major League Baseball were separate entities. You had your MLB and your MILB. And so that agreement ended in September of 2020. Major League Baseball decided not to renew it, but then they kind of merged and created this new structure. So previously going into this year, there was 160 minor league teams. They shrunk that down to 120. So they cut 40 minor league teams. So I say cut, they gave them alternate. So they're not minor league affiliate. They're just different. They're either wood and bat league, they're developmental leagues, things of that nature. They just don't have a major league parent club.
Okay.
So we got, obviously we're owned and operated by a major league team. So, and also, even if we weren't, I think we would have been in a good position because from regionally, from our stadium facility wise, it's a great relationship and a great resource here. So they kind of restructured some of that. So kind of the back end things, they're paying the players more, which is a good thing. Player pay went up. There's less travel. We're in a broader division, but they changed up travel. So now you play 6-game series. You play every Tuesday through Sunday, and Monday is a mandatory off day. And you play the same team for the 6 days. Okay. So a lot of ours are more regional now, and we play teams like Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Asheville, and Greenville. So our mileage actually went down over 2,000 miles.
Wow.
So it's less time on buses, less things there were some of the key takeaways.
Okay. Well, I know we moved up to high A. So talk a little bit about what does that mean for those that don't necessarily know kind of the league format, the level format, and then what does that mean for our home team?
So, the league format on how it worked. So previously there was a short season, which was like a half year. And then they went to low A, to high A, to double A, to triple A, and then the majors. Okay. So now they've done away with that short season. So it just starts at low A. And so you go low A, high A, double A, and triple A, and then to the majors. Okay. So for us, obviously Rangers own us, but they also own our sister team in Kinston, North Carolina, the Down East Wood Ducks. And so they decided some of it was regional presence, but then also facility. A few things went into it. So they flipped us. So Down East went down to low A and we went up to high A. What that means for us, the caliber of players is going to be a little, not that it was ever poor, but the talent level is going to be up a little bit because it's a next level up. So a lot of these guys, it's their make or break time. They want to see, hey, are you going to succeed or not? So it's going to be guys that are closer to the majors are going to be playing here. So that's going to be the biggest change is just the talent level. You're going to see a little older of a team. Typically our average age was around 20 years old previously. Now it will probably be around 22, 23. So a lot's going to be the players from that side. But as far as the entertainment, things going on off the field, you're not going to notice a lick of difference. It's all going to be the same great fun entertainment.
Awesome. All right. I know you guys talk about being fun. I mean, you are so creative. I mean, from the Couch Potatoes logo that is a reflection of our community in some ways, to just all the fun promotions that you guys have going on, even during the game, but before the game, as you walk into the ballpark, the fun giveaways and the fun games and fan engagement that you use to add to the experience. What's your favorite promotion that you guys have coming up?
Favorite promotion this year. So, these pocket schedules, if you haven't found them at your local area, or if you're a business owner and want some and we haven't made it there, please let us know. We'd love to get you some. We appreciate everyone supporting, letting us pass them out in the community. But if you need one, let us know and we'll get them definitely out there. But so selfish plug there. But for me, I would say this year we're doing we're doing SpongeBob night. And so we're doing a special SpongeBob jersey where the Crawdads, because last year the SpongeBob movie came out and it was slated to do last year, but then we pushed it to this year. So the Crawdads will be wearing specialty SpongeBob jerseys. And so you can get your SpongeBob SquarePants jersey. We'll raffle them off that night. And then a close second was another thing we had scheduled last year with the 75th anniversary of polio. And so we're doing a Miracle of Hickory night. And so we're wearing special miracle jerseys where all the proceeds to the jersey will go to the polio effort, and go locally here to the Rotary Club and the polio effort for the 75th anniversary, which was last year of the polio pandemic.
Wonderful. Douglas, that's really special. That's really special. You guys, like I said, are always super creative. And actually, someone on Facebook thinks so as well. Let me just read this comment because it's pretty encouraging. I've been so impressed by Douglas and his team as they had to pivot. They emerged as a true leader of innovating with what you have. It was wonderful to see them come together to make enough to keep their entire staff and even to grow where they might need more staff. So yes, again, kudos to your leadership and also the commitment of the Texas Rangers on baseball in Hickory.
Absolutely.
So give everyone, and in closing, a formal invitation to the ballpark this season.
You know, come on out. So we're going to be a little different, but bring your mask, have a good time. Let us be your escape. Let us be your 9-inning escape, 9-inning vacation, whatever you want to call it. Just come out and have a good time. We're still going to be the same fun, quirky, in between inning. A lot of times people don't even know. You don't have to be a baseball fan to come to our games. A lot of times people don't remember if we won, lost. They can't tell you what our record was, even in 2019. And just come enjoy yourself. Come by yourself. Bring your family. Bring your neighbor. Whatever it is, the biggest thing, get your tickets early right now, because as we noticed last night, we were a sellout crowd and sold out 24 hours in advance. So get your tickets early if you want to guarantee it, as we are limited capacity to start. But just have a good time. Tuesdays, if you're a dog lover, bring your friend, bring your four-legged friend for only $1, and it goes back to the Humane Society. Bring your dog on Tuesdays. Enjoy $1 hot dogs, $2 craft beers. You can't beat it. So every day we got a different promotion. That one just stands out to me because we were home yesterday, but every day we're home. The biggest thing I just want to say is thank you guys from the bottom of we're privileged and honored to be a part of this community. And that's why we do as much as we do. We just want to give back to the community that's given us so much. And I can't say it enough. If you see any of the Crawdad staff members out in the community or around, just tell them thank you for the job that they've done. I can't echo it enough. I get a lot of the limelight sometimes, but it's all them. I'm fortunate to have an amazing staff. You surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, and I'm a testament to that. We're as successful as we are because we have a great staff and a great backing. It's all about partnership and community. And we wouldn't be here today without our great partnership, like the chamber, like the city, so many great people that make us as successful as we are. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Douglas, for being on here today. Thank you for your leadership and your whole team for what you guys value, and just the vibrancy that you add to our quality of life and our community. We did a fun giveaway yesterday on our social media page. So we are giving 3 lucky Crawdad fans 4 ticket vouchers to enjoy the ballpark. And so I thought Emily actually said, what better time to give them away than when I get to interview you on Facebook Live. So drum roll, please. The winners, yes, the winners of our tickets are Lexi Schubert Wilson, Lisa Hensinger, and Richard Dowdy. So congratulations, you guys. If you want to send us a direct message on Facebook, we will make sure that you're able to come by and snag those tickets so you can use them for a game this season. So
To throw it in to add to that, please stop and let us know when you're here at your game, as the Crawdads would like to give each winner a special Crawdad hat in addition to the tickets.
Oh, Douglas, sweeten the deal. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. So Lexi, Schubert Wilson, Lisa Hensinger, Richard Dowdy, lucky winners. 4 tickets plus a fun hat from the Hickory Crawdads. So thank you. Thank you guys for participating and for generating some excitement for this season. Douglas, thank you again for being on here today. I want to thank the Hickory Real Estate Group for their sponsorship for the entire series. If you like interviews like this, join us again on June the 9th. I'm going to have Erica Bosted with Fork Restaurant at 1:30, and we're going to be interviewing her to see how the last year has been and see all the exciting things that they have going on. Of course, it's one of my favorite things to go, places to go and enjoy a great meal in our community. So again, that's June 9th at 1:30. Erica Bosted, co-owner of Fork Restaurant, will be on here with me. Again, thank you to all of you for your engagement, your comments, your reactions, and thank you for sharing this video. You can go ahead and share it. You've probably watched a lot of it. If you haven't watched the whole thing, you want to go back and enjoy the replay, you can. But share this video so more people can hear from Douglas and hear about the exciting season that we have that starts this week for the Hickory Crawdads Baseball Club. So again, on behalf of your chamber, thank you for allowing us to work on behalf of business.